Greetings, one and all. How you all doing? Stargods vlog, and I'm wearing my Masonic shirt. Run! Run! The devil's behind you! You're the devil in disguise! Oh, yes, you are! No, I'm not. I like a nice, cheap shirt. It cost me $5. And it's a sweater. It's a good sweater. And I'm not going to be controlled by other people. Don't buy that. It's Masonic looking. Um, so anyways, yeah, I was watching a show about the Anunnaki. Now I'm going to start researching the Anunnaki because my nose is on the trail. Okay, Billy, is that you on the floor? No, Paul. Uh, so the Anunnaki. Now I'm not particularly well versed in the subject, so if I blunder, please correct me. I'm not a shill. Just correct me, and this is the way I'll learn. But I'm just starting to get into the Anunnaki. I'm just starting to learn about them, and it's like bells and whistles are going off in my head. Shut it up! Stop it! Stop it! And I'm taking off into that research. So far, what I understand about the Anunnaki, they have a creation story that goes back in time, and it's the same creation story as the one in the Jewish Bible, Genesis. So the whole Adam and Eve and everything, and the Garden of Eden, everything. It's all this story in Genesis was lifted by the Sumerians. No, vice versa. No, 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 no. You don't get it, little piggies. Uh, the Jewish version of the story wasn't established till 6,000 years after the Anunnaki story. So who's copying who? Because it's an absolute duplicate story. So the Anunnaki are the Elohim who came from the sky and came down from the sky, the gods. So when it says in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. No, 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 no. That's the Anunnaki because the word for God is Elohim, which is plural. Could have had a V8. I mean, it's plural, so there's no argument about it. The Jews plagiarized, or the Hebrews, or whatever, plagiarized the Anunnaki story. It's an absolute given fact. And so the Anunnaki said humans were created to be slaves. And so in the Bible, you find the word till, as in Adam tilled the land. That word is synonymous with slavery. Could have had a V8. And so I know all these Christian cults are going to be screaming now, all these cult members. You need the blood of Jesus. Oh, where's my glass? I tried to find my glass. It's not here. You drink the blood. So now we have a Jewish version and a Sumerian version, because these tablets that were found at Sumer, the oldest civilization known, probably the first civilization to ever spring up, had the whole creation story preserved on tablets that were carved into the tablets. So they survived over the years and blah, 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 blah. So it's interesting. I'm getting really, really interesting in this, and I'm realizing that, well, where did they came from? Where did they come from? Well, they came from the skies, but the thing about the skies is you have all the star systems. They're not planets out there. I'm going to take a trip to Venus. Well, you're not going to land on Venus. You're not going to land on Mars. You're not going to land on any of these planets because they are probably in plasma balls. And it's starting to look that way with these new high-powered binoculars and cameras. You can see plasma happening, not like this fiery nuclear storm. So the stars are light. They're basically light, and they're two-dimensional because the ancients said these stars are attached to a dome barrier. Sounds like we're slaves caught in a slave camp. That's what you do with prisoners. You corral them all in. You fence the cows in. That sounds like they're trying to stop us from leaving the earth because they know that our consciousness will expand, our intelligence, and we'll soon figure it all out, and we'll get past these Halloween rockets and go out there. But no, there's a dome. So the stars, you'll notice the stars, a small star is farther away, it's going to move slower. And a star closer will go really fast. Just drive down a highway and watch the trees going, and then the mountains are going, But these stars don't move like that, do they? They all go at the same time, as if they're fixed to a revolving dome, because they're all types of the dome. They all go at the same time, stamping. And how do you manage to get around that? But NASA does. They take a two-dimensional space and turn it into three-dimensional. Now they come up with all these planets. So you have to explain to little Billy how these huge, massive planets that are basically rock, why they don't fall down. Weightlessness, yeah! So that does explain, so they can explain, why Mars doesn't fall because it's weightless out there. And why do I think weightlessness is fake? Because they're trying to fake it all the time. They're trying to fake weightlessness all the time, and they get caught over and over again, NASA. It's not, my theory is, may I be right, is that the stars are actually portals, lit portals, all over. Because so if some alien comes up to you and goes, "Hey, how's it going? You got any good cigars there? Lots of great women? Hey, yeah, I can pick one up and run away with her." Like the old monster movies. It's always, they gotta have their white women. Oh yeah, hi ho, it's off to home I go. Hey, how you doing, Bob? They are portals. So if some alien comes and says, "Well, I'm from the planet Agamoga Magahina, I'm speaking in tongues. God has blessed me." If they say, "Well, we come from the planet Igamonga Munga Maga Miga Maga," then they're indicating they're coming from an alternative reality through the portal. Same with Venus. They say they come from Venus. Well, they're coming through a portal. Now, it says the Anunnaki, we were used to mine gold for them. There's evidence all over the world of mining, but specifically and most intently, Africa. So we got all this mining for gold, but they say, well, the Anunnaki say, well, the atmosphere was damaged on their home planet, an alternative world. And they need the gold to patch up the sky, but they're still harvesting gold to this day. They have their human elite. The gods used to descend, the archons. They used to descend from the skies, and they would communicate with mankind. But they're vulnerable because the Earth's atmosphere is poisonous to them, and they can only stay here a certain period of time. Gold, atmosphere. They can only stay here for a certain period of time. It's a short time. I don't know how, I've never found out how long they can survive here. So they go up, but then they can come down and communicate to the human elite, their hybrids or whatever. And then they say, well, in today's meeting, we got to discuss this and this and this is what you will do. And so all these demigods are all part of our government to this day, are all part of the whole structure of knowledge. They have their people at different places and, and in position, ruling over us. So they've been ruling over us through the human elite, which are the hybrids, most likely, but the hybrids are pretty stupid, but shapeshifters are shapeshifters. The original form of the Anunnaki is lizards, and the same with I blew that. Back that up. Tape erase. The archons, when they take image and form, they are reptilian in nature. And under the reptilians, they have the ETs. I want to go home. I gotta go pee pee. So now we have, well, the Anunnaki are basically the archons. And so it says in the Bible that, it says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. But that word for God is Elohim, which is plural, the gods. The gods, do you understand? So that gives more credence to the Anunnaki story. And so the Anunnaki ruled by proxy through their human elite. And you'll see this on the film They Live. Here's to you, the human elite, or the human power, or something. I forget. One of my favorite movies, and I can't remember that. It's just a simple quote. But I'm not going to research and go back and get the proper word. Too much work. Too lazy. And so they wanted gold to patch up their sky in their home planet of Annunaki land. The Annunaki are the archons. Because the archons, it says the archons that created mankind, and the Anunnaki created mankind. The Anunnaki created mankind through altering the DNA structure. No wonder they have the Genome Project mapping out our entire genetic makeup. Duh! No wonder the Greys are always taking eggs and sperm samples. Duh! They're not interested in your, your back end. We got metal. It hurts. I don't know why they do the anal probes, but can I say that on YouTube? Is that offensive? Did it make you cry? So they are the power and control group that's never. They say the Anunnaki left, but I'm sure a lot of them remained afterwards, and set up their own kingdom. And it's quite logical that the Earth Kingdom, the Earth Anunnaki, are not getting along too well with the original space Anunnaki. I guess they threaten each other through their texting. You jerk. They must feel that it's their kingdom on Earth, and that the elders of the Anunnaki have no business and what the Anunnaki want to do is keep us stupid, keep us dumb and stupid. They don't want us to have knowledge, because a slave that has knowledge and is educated is no longer a slave. So an educated slave is no longer a slave. They don't want that. Dummy it down, make it all about drugs, sex, rock and roll. Don't learn to be a better person. Don't get spiritual. Don't produce fine art and literature and to raise our consciousness to a higher culture. Don't bring it down to the animal level. Hey, bitch, want to come home with me? Oh, you're so sexy. You talk so sexy. How can I resist? That's what they want to lower us down to. Everything's all about drugs, sex, rock and roll, and circus people that are trying to teach your kids that it's okay to have different kind of sex. You know, my bum hurts. You know, it's just to, because that alternative sex doesn't produce children. So, hey, praise be the Annunaki. So what it is they don't want us to wise up. And one day we may wise up. And we may set our armies against them. Really clean house. So I think that these are portals, or the stars are portals. And maybe they use the UFOs to get through these portals. I don't know. So, but I do know there is evidence of portals on Earth, ancient portals, tons. It makes sense. They're in an alternative universe, according to me, and they got all these gold, tons and tons and tons and tons of gold. Do you think the Anunnaki, who created us to be slaves, are going to get their hands dirty shipping all this gold to their alternative universe? No, they're going to use portals. They're going to get the slaves to bring in the gold and go through a portal. And they had anti-gravity techniques. We all know that. That's a given. So they could lift the gold and send it through the portal. And then we would go in the portals to work with the gold and put it in storage or whatever they did. But they're lying about the gold. That's a cover story because, you have a thing called, what is it, monatomic gold? It's not gold. I forget what it is. But anyways, it has interdimensional properties. Well, maybe gold has properties that we're not aware of yet. But anyways, they've done a good job on making us forget. There's an actual system that works into your brain that makes you forget. Okay. Okay, so there's these portals. There's portals on Earth, and they seem to be triggered with a round key. There's these doorways with round imprints on them, and it was said by the ancients that the high priest would have a disc, sun disc. Well, you getting the connection here? Puts it in and boom, opens up the portal. And I noticed some of these portals, they've got a small door for humans, probably, and a huge giant door for the Nephilims, who were giants. Anyways, the Nephilim, they came down and they mated with the humans. Hey, come here, babe. How you doing? Yeah. What time to get off work? So they came down, they mated with humans, and the humans produced what is known as the Nephilim giants. Because they were giants. The Anunnaki are giants. They're huge. So they mixed their seed or their programming or something interconnected, and they had these giants and the Nephilim. So I don't think the Nephilim, this is their kingdom. The Anunnaki and the Nephilim don't get along. They don't get along. And now you get these wars, the gods warring each other in India and stuff. So they don't want, and here's the trick. Here's the magic rabbit they pull out of a hat, eh? NASA. NASA is there to cover everything up. As far as I'm concerned, and you ain't going to tell me different, NASA is here to hide all the information and to dummy you down to the level of a cow or a sheep. Bible. They control us with religion and government. Bible. And so they lord over us with rules and thou shalt not. They dummy us all down. They don't. Religion, Christianity doesn't even know anything about spirituality. That's like the secrets of the universe. No, it's the devil. It's the devil. Devil's got him. Let's pray that he don't go burn in hellfire, which he deserves. Yeah, they're cults. They're Jesus freaks. They're nuts. Okay, they're nuts. Jesus dealt with them in his day, I'm sure. Jesus, Jesus, I saw your image in a corn chip I was eating. I got it mounted on the wall, and the priests are on their way to investigate it. It's crying a tear. You know, like, wee, wee, over there. Or how about SWAT? Yeah, down the ground, fanatic. So anyways, boy, can I just jump subjects, eh? So it's a portal. They got all these portals all over the Middle East and stuff. We all started in Mesopotamia. I think that's where we all came from. We're not out of Africa. That's such a joke. We all came from Africa. Was that a racist joke? Was it, boy? Drums. Yeah, I'm on to you. The Anunnaki want us stupid. Now, this is where NASA comes in. There's no dome. And billions and billions and billions of planets out there. No, there isn't. There are lights embedded in a dome, and the dome is revolving. There's the egg theory where it's like this, the glass, and then we're in the middle. Oh, sorry about that. And we're in the middle, and we have this dome, this egg-shaped dome, all around the entire world, going all the way around. And that's to keep us from going through these portals, I feel. I assume that's what the real truth of the matter is. And now you've got NASA going, no, there's no dome. That's stupid talk. Now they want to arrest flat earthers. There was an article, there was a news article saying that 500 cases of vaccines were destroyed by a man who believes the earth is flat. They're coming. They're shutting you down. You're going to be... The internet has given too much knowledge to people, but they can spin doctor it, eh? And it's not what it means. Our experts have decreed from the mountain of Moses that, no, that's not what it is. This is what it is. They create all this foundation of hoax, of false knowledge. So you get this bit of false knowledge, and you put together with it, you got more false knowledge. You'll never get at the truth when you've been lied to from the beginning, you know. And they're hiding everything, and they don't want, you know. We get this much truth, and another guy gets this much truth, puts it together. We have a bigger picture of truth, and we start building the foundation on that, and we'll get to the ultimate truth. But no, they've lied about this and they've lied about that. So they're saying that the stars are not portals. Don't look to portals. Don't look to, that's where we are. We use them. It's our highway. Look to the stars. Billions and billions and billions of stars and planets. And whoa, it's endless space. It goes on forever. Yeah, I've been out there. Yeah, I can tell you it does go on forever. You know, like they're hiding. They want your focus out there and not here. Okay, they don't want you focusing on all the ancient knowledge about Stargates. That's the word. Again, about Stargate. They don't want you to know about Stargates. They don't want you to know that the stars are portals. They want you here and now relying on Halloween rocket technology. Psst, how vulgar. Oh, what? How insanely inept. Dummy down. We're on the moon in your rocket. There is no moon. There was a scientist, I forget his name. I found a video of him, and he said The moon does not exist, and they were asking, "What about the moon landing? Wake up, boy! What about the moon landing?" And he said there is no moon. They're not going to land on the moon. But they did land on the moon because they hoaxed the whole thing. Everything's a hoax. Everything you know about space is a hoax. Weightlessness is a hoax because they're always trying to. They have dozens and dozens of fake films and videos of, oh, I'm going up. I'm going up to the roof. Oh, I wasn't even finished peeing. All this fakery, and I can prove to you very effectively just through logic. I've been meaning to get another video. I used to have it on the old videos, but all those videos are gone. And I can prove to you very logically, and you will agree with me at the end of the video, it's all a hoax. And it's all to hide, to close the eyes, close the eyes. They don't want us to know that because possibly they have figured out that once we're more developed, and if we learn how to use these, find and use these portals, we can bring in tanks and guns and planes and go through these portals and take those guys out, eliminate the Annunaki, the dark force that rules us on Earth. They are our masters. They are the overlords. They are the elite. Okay. And they work with humans, and and you can get a lot of power in their kingdom, a lot of money. The money does the talking, eh? You want 10% of the gold, then you get on board. I'm going to rewatch that series, Stargate. There must be some good thing. Gold must have something that we don't know about yet, that may discover, and they don't want us going through the portals with tanks and guns and intent. They don't want that. So look to the stars, says NASA. And you know what NASA's done? They've literally locked down and blocked our access to the South Pole. And yet I've heard of ancient stories about the South Pole. And they're I forget his name, but he was like this with what's his name? The guy that went on the discovered South America and stuff. That Admiral Byrd. Thank you very much. Thank you. Admiral Byrd. His close associate said that the South Pole, and probably the North Pole too, is a huge portal. Wow, right where the magnetics go. Isn't that interesting? So now they've got it shut. You're not allowed to go there. It's against the law. You can go into certain tourist areas. Oh, look at the snow! Oh, and you can't get on past a certain parallel. I forget. It's a 60th parallel. So I don't know what I'm talking about in that department. So you're not allowed to go further in. You can't explore up there. Nobody's allowed in because they want to save the penguins. Whack, whack! Isn't that adorable? They want to save the penguins, and it's just, you can't even put out a cigarette on there. Because and what, 50 nations or something discovered it. You can get more information from detailed information from Eric Dubay. It's taking longer, Who are you people? You can get a lot of information from Dubay. Just look up his videos. Wow, he's public enemy #1 with the elites because he's giving us knowledge. They don't want that. They want you to focus on porno. They want you to focus on dog eat dog. They don't want culture. They're destroying the culture right now. You've got the LDDB group, the circus people, taking over. Your rights are forbidden. Their rights are excelled to the highest level of gods. They're teaching kids all about, one lady said to me, I went and checked out to see what my kids were learning about sex in school, in sexual education. She said she was horrified. They had a table of all the sex toys, and all the kids were sitting back watching porno movies. See? Parents don't get involved with their kids. Oh, no, oh, no, it's okay. It's okay. I know it's not okay, but they're bringing us down to the level of the beast, because the beast is only worried about the crotch and the stomach. That's all it's worried about. Okay. And we're lied to and lied to, and the news media lies and lies and lies. Now they got this COVID virus. Now there's 2 more viruses. Oh, I shouldn't have mentioned the word. And it's just expanding and expanding. The fear level is unbelievable. People are literally broken. They're having nervous breakdowns as never before. Suicide rates are soaring. They're crushing the spirit in us. Our spirit is dried out and crumbling like our... there I go again. I was going to say pituitary gland. It's not pituitary gland. It's anyways, like the important gland in our head, the third eye, pineal gland or pineal gland, or however you want to say it. So, and they've shut down our telepathy, our ability to communicate with minds. We're no longer a oneness. They shut it down, replaced it with language, which are spells. They cast spells. Each word has a certain vibration that casts a spell. That's why it's called spelling. Oh, I don't know. I go on forever and ever and ever. I think I let a little too much information out this time. I hope I'm okay with using the C word. C word. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. YouTube is very... wow, this is their power structure coming into play now. It's the end game. We're already taken over. They just have to claim it. And I don't know, the BS that they put out through education and everything. And they love to put people in fear. And one thing I've noticed, and maybe this is a fear project to get everybody, must not sleep, must not sleep. Because that lowers our immune level, that makes us sick, ill, brings about early death. And what the archons do is when they feed us with fear, we produce fear. We produce fear. We produce negative energy, depression, stress, nervous breakdowns, anxiety. It's food for the gods. It's like the blood of Jesus for the gods, okay? They love it. They love it. They can't get enough of it. It's called loosh. And what this does with the C19, it crushes the spirit of man, the spirit of God, crushes it, pulverizes it, causes us to drink. Alcoholism is up like crazy. And you wait until the kids that have grown up in plastic bubbles with masks and being told, don't go near that kid. They're going to grow up with psychopathic tendencies, schizoid tendencies. All kinds of these things will form later in life because this is trauma-based mind control that everybody's going along with. I think people should go into banks and go, give me the money or I'll take off my mask. That's it. You're all dead. Run, run. Such a hoax. They had the nerve to say this is worse than the Spanish flu of 1918. My grandmother always used to tell me about the Spanish flu. That night, you're dead. They're pulling you out by your legs. There's bodies on trains, bodies in the streets, bodies on the buses. I have not seen one body with this C19 anywhere. And but we all saw that Chinese guy. What? And he fell straight on his face on the ground. How interesting. How is it, how coincidental that a man is filming nothing with his phone, but he zooms in on this guy waiting for the bus and falls over dead with plus signs in his eyes. Whoa. That's highly suspicious. Highly suspicious. And everybody gets all, oh, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. Oh, you know, Godfather, act like a man. Sorry, women. So we're here not to, I see, NASA shapes our consciousness and they give us fake downgraded consciousness. An educated slave is no longer a slave. They don't want us educated, but they got to put an end to Yahoo and these free sharing platforms. They got to end it now because we know too much. What they wanted, no doubt, logically speaking, what they must have wanted was a YouTube to get everybody fighting night and day. You son of a, fighting night and day. But we do fight on the internet big time. But we're also having a jump in what we know. I mean, what we know is knowledge is starting to grow like never before. We're starting to learn things like most of what I know, I would never come across. Like, let's say some subject, XYZ subject. Well, where do you get information from books? Oh, well, that's no longer being published, that book, and then you look it up and you order it and you wait a month to get the book. Very slow. This little bit of knowledge and it all has to be worked at. Now it's a punch of a button. It's not dusty books that are no longer in production. Now we just tick, 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 and away we go. And isn't it interesting? They got all this pornography out there destroying, just destroying the idea of romance. And it's so easy to get. Other countries, you can't get it. It's banned. It's banned. So why is it? Because America is the biggest threat to them right now. They've always said over and over, the power elite have constantly told us over and over in their materials, and you know the tribe I'm talking about, and they have said that, they want America eliminated. That's part of the plan. That's the Illuminati plan, the Bolshevik Illuminati. They don't want even to know that. They don't want even you to know the Illuminati was started by Zionists. They don't want you to know that. They are started by what's his name? He started, and they started it, and also Rothschilds. Rothschilds was to be the bank of the Illuminati, and they would take over financially the world. And then the Zionists, or they were part creators, along with they were called the Frankish Jews. They started the Illuminati with what's his name now? Who started the Illuminati? You all know who I'm talking about, anyways. So all three of them formed the Illuminati. The Illuminati is, you understand? Rothschild was, and the Zionists. So anything else I gotta say? I don't know. I shouldn't have let this. There's a little too much information that I think should be let out, but you can't prove it, so you don't got the goods on me. You can't prove a thing. All this is just out of my head. So, but there are certain logical conclusions of real truth that, if you think about it and logically work at it, they're going to lead you to these big pictures. They're not pretty. They're not exciting. They're not going to put a smile on your face. face for Jesus. I love him so much. They're not cultish. It's just a logical, inevitable conclusion of truth. And man, you don't want to go there because no, yeah, man's not ready for those. Those I will never talk about. But there are certain conclusions that are drawn, and they don't want you to know these conclusions. I don't recommend anybody wanting or desiring these conclusions, but there's logical conclusions that end certain falsities in this world. You come to a brick wall, and that's the reality. That's the truth. You go, bang! Oh my God, the blood. It's not pretty. You don't want to know this stuff, and I will never talk about this stuff. But if you logically follow the pathway of logic, reason, and observation, like I do, boom, then it's hard to take. It's very, very hard to take. I had to, because of these conclusions, I had to kill off all my sacred cows. But I made it positive by having a barbecue. I think positive. No, your lobotomy. My body. So don't look to these stories. It's all lie. They lie about everything. They lie about everything because that's what psychopathic archons do. They lie and they lie and they lie. And like I've said so many times, you can't even talk to them because they're such jerks. You go, oh, it's a bright and sunny day. No, it isn't. Why? No. Why is that? What makes you think that? Oh, I read an article. On the internet. It says that the blue sky is an illusion, and that your eyes and the receptors create this illusion that it's blue when it's red. Oh, really? Well, where did you get that from? On the internet, there's an article. Oh, well, can you send me the link? Oh, I forgot the link. Sorry, can't do it. Talk to the hand. They're just jerks. This is what they all do. And the world is controlled now by experts. They know all, they see all, they stand on the mountain and they say, thou shalt not believe that. Our scientists have shown that this. They lie about it. Oh, maybe I'll put that on the head as an icon for this video. It's a list of everything they lied about. They lie about sugar. They lie about cholesterol. They lie about the foods. And you know what? This is what I sort of caught on to. Remember, don't boil your vegetables. It kills the nutrients and the minerals. Minerals survive high heat. Sorry, pal. Just trying to be logical. And they say, oh, no, it's going to kill all the minerals. And it's going to drain all the minerals and all the vitamins. It's going to burn the vitamins. And you know, no. You boil because there's, what is it called? Lupid? No, I forget what it's called. Something L or something. I don't know. I've long forgotten what it is. But plants, in order to protect themselves, have this poison. And it's called, somebody help. What is this poison called? I think it starts with L. Anyways, I'd make a great president of the United States. I'd end up like Biden, not remembering anything. I'm so happy to be here in Ohio. It's Louisiana, sir. What does it start with? So anyways, the plants, in order to protect themselves from being eaten, because they're conscious creatures too, they've proven that with testing on plants and the vibrations they were getting from plants with lie detectors. They know that plants have a conscience. They don't want to get eaten. So therefore, they have this chemical in them that will make you sick. It's not good for your health. It causes all kinds of health disturbances. Okay? So that you get sick and then you don't want to eat that plant anymore. They're protecting themselves. Tomatoes are really, really bad. They're discovering how bad, and tomatoes were never eaten because people, it used to be called the fruit of Satan. And people didn't eat it. And now these evil guys, oh, we got to take the word fruit out and fool them. So they made it came a time where tomatoes were made a vegetable. So they're so. Anyways, that was really a dumb plan. So what are these called? Lucans? No, I forget. God, somebody tell me, please. Uh, yeah, I forget. Daphne, if you're listening to this, fill me in. I forget the word. So we all live in an illusion, and it's a literal illusion. It's a holographic field, and that I've gotten into before. Certain things I don't want to reveal, but you can track truth down with putting the knowledge together and joining dots and being reasonable and not going, that's of Satan. Satan wrote that. Satan wrote that. Bible. Uh, and through reasoning and through just being logical and observe. You can get a lot from observing. But you see, just a little thing like that. And spit. It's spit. They say, it's to break down your food. Yeah, that's what it says. And it's also there. They lie about the smallest, most unconcerning detail. They lie about everything. Oh, this is too much truth for them. So they say, oh, spit it pre-digests your food. No, it helps your food go down. It's a lubricant. It's a lubricant. But they won't say that. They get all new. It's just they don't want to even know that much. That much they will eradicate, they'll change it, they'll lie about it. Our experts have said that blah, 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 quack, 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 quack. They put out a lot of truth in movies, but nobody takes me seriously. They put out a lot of esoteric knowledge. Everything I learned from movies. I didn't learn from it by holding in on the mountains, and we're both sitting there. Oh, yeah, man, I got a man, I got a man, yeah. And nothing, or 20 years of not speaking. There's one monk who didn't speak for 20 years, so that he could gain knowledge. This is stupid. And raising consciousness, I'm not going to give that one away, but if you research it and look at it carefully, you raise your consciousness, then you create alternative universes. And it's very easy. Well, it's easy. It's easy to do and hard to master, but it can be done. There's a very simple way of raising consciousness. And it's not thinking positive. And, I love the Annunaki. They need Jesus. They just need Jesus. You're so cruel. You bastard. You bastard. May you burn in hellfire for eternity. Burn. I was told once that person was going to be so glad to watch me burn and fry in agony and terror in hellfire because that person will be watching from heaven going, look at them burn. Evil. These people are evil and drinking blood and eating the flesh. It's evil. So that's a different subject. I've covered that subject in my Jesus 101 series. Christ 101 series. It must be the spring because it has been heavy here. I see. That's how you can kind of piece things together, I guess that's all I got to say. Oh, wow. 49 minutes. Okay. So look at the cover and you'll see a list of, and every year they have a lie. Sunspot activities they're going to blow the earth away, or asteroids may hit the earth. Every month they got something. Now it's C19, and before it was Y2K. Remember Y2K? It's all Stockholm syndrome. That's the religion of the Archons, of Stockholm. The Archons slash Anunnaki slash Greys slash reptilians. Okay. So, anyway, there you go. And shut him up, shut him up. He goes on and he goes on and on. I know, 45 minutes, over 45 minutes. Okay, so I would look for, if you want to get yourself holy, you want to look into the roots of humanity, study about the Anunnaki, because the Jewish version is a decoy. It's a decoy. It's to keep you away from the truth. It's what Genesis is doing is creating a slave mentality. Oh, I'm nothing. I'm just dog shite on God's shoe. I was born in sin. Like, oh, that's okay. Just have a little sip of blood. Yeah, it's the blood of Jesus. Yeah, have a little sip. Oh, I feel saved. I feel saved. I feel free. And then they say, well, just open your heart for Jesus. Open up your heart and he'll come in. That's Satanism. Look at the Catholic Church. The chest is wide open like he's had open heart surgery that didn't get sewed up. The heart. Look at the Mayans, the Incas. Pull out the heart. It's all about the, I don't know. You guys probably think I'm crazy by now, but here's the thing. I don't care. I don't care at all. I couldn't care less. And I keep hearing these noises around here. It's Satan! Satan! Oh, thank you very much.